Okay, we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First and foremost, before we dive into today's weekly session, where we are going to be looking at the core topic: make consistent character, AI stories, and music videos fast. Okay, a bold claim, and we're going to see if we can come through with that. So, first and foremost, before we jump in, welcome everybody. My name is Ali. On behalf of Sid and Paul behind the applications, you probably have more access to either, Artistly, Human Power, Human Talk, Video Creator, videoExpress, ClickSites, HumanBot, Sketch Genius, Doodle Maker, Avatar, and much more. So I'm here to assist you in trying to get the best out of these applications. Okay, so first and foremost, can you hear me? Number one. Number two, can you actually see me clearly? Because the last thing I want to be doing is speaking to myself, number one, and you actually can't see me. So I do appreciate if everyone can let me know in the chat box. And obviously, depending on your internet connection, you may see me, you may not see me. So just hopefully you're okay. So I can see all the comments coming on. We have so many people in the house. So welcome, welcome, welcome. The live session has already started for anyone that is watching. You're probably seeing this on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, I would urge you strongly, go and hit subscribe now. And if you never want to miss another session like this or in the future, just hit the notification bell. That way you are alerted, either that or you'll get an email typically. So fantastic, everybody's here, everybody's perfectly fine and enjoying. So I'm pretty sure I can even see Alabama in the house, Mexico, New York City, Toronto, Sri Lanka, wow, Austria. So it just goes to show the power of bringing everybody together on these weekly sessions where nothing is for sale, and it's just just pure training to allow you to do better and get better results. And today's session, as you probably saw, if you haven't seen it already, the description was how we can, because this was a huge topic and it comes up a lot, and I think it's really important, how you can create AI stories, because we know the landscape of digital marketing has changed when it comes to TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook, whether you're doing for personal projects, client projects. It's completely changed. Okay. And one thing that has changed about it is how we create that content. And when you're creating story-based content, how do you get that level of consistency from applications such as videoExpress? Then we have things like CloneVoice. Now you can actually clone your voice, or you can create different array of voices. And it's kind of, how can you bring both together? So it would be a good example where I can actually show you how you can bring them together. So one of the key things we'll look at today is that getting that character consistency, because it's one of the most requested features, and essentially how you can kind of stay ahead of everybody else and how you can create that same character in different outfits, different poses, multiple scenes, different environments, and how you can have those longer style videos and they're not just short and just boring. Okay. So hopefully we can demonstrate that today to make those short to long form videos with fully consistent characters, and how you can have that character look seamlessly. So even when it comes to people, well, you probably know this already, when it comes to things like videoExpress, it is essentially a platform that does allow you to do post-production editing. So it's allows you to do video editing also. So really, really crucial. It's just not standalone. It does so much more. And I want to cover that a little bit as well. So you can actually create those high-producing, high-quality cinematic AI videos, story-driven, and professional music videos. So what I hope to do also is I have this habit when I create, if I'm doing this myself, I like to create a workflow. And what I will be doing is making a document available for you. So you'll see this made available for you. And I'll put this in the chat description box. So please stand by. I'll make that available. Don't worry, but we will come to that in just a moment. However, first and foremost, a bit of housekeeping. I'm just going to show you this link here. Okay. So this is ponder.com/Facebook. And what you're going to see, this is something called the Inner Circle, where it boasts just under 80,000 members. Okay, so this is completely free to join. However, when you do join the group, what you're going to get is a pure value. You're going to get other members that come, and it's a place where everybody can show off their work, their projects, get inspiration, get advice, getting reviews, getting feedback. It's a brilliant place that you can actually see what others are doing, okay, and take information. The reason I'm showing you this also is I'll show you some of those examples when it comes to some of the content we're going to be creating. But you can see, these are, you'll see different levels of videos, whether it's short, medium, or long. But here's, look, just straight off the bat, you can see the guys with the guitar, and it's a hyper realistic human style cinematic video. Okay. And this is the tip of the iceberg. Okay. And not only can you make human style videos, don't forget you can actually make Pixar style, 2D, cinematic, or human style videos. using the application. So we have a nice mixture of both. So there's so much to go through, and I'm not going to spend time going through. So I encourage every single one of you, if you're not in the group and you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to have to respectfully twist your arm and say, jump into the group. In case I get it wrong, but you can see there's no point in me blowing the trumpet and say, look, it's got, great visuals. You can see the background, the clarity of the image, the individuals holding the microphone. And you'll see also we've got the nice text there. So, you can come in, check out the video, hear the lyrics yourself, and be a part of the inner circle. It's just a great place. You can actually mastermind with others, and you can see exactly what's working or what people are doing, and people are showing their results. So even other apps, other apps like Artistically, people are creating products and they're uploading it. So you can always check out what's working. People are actually sharing their strategies and being very specific, believe it or not, that people charge. So here's another AI music video someone's created, and it's a 2-minute video. So this is another great demonstration that you don't just have to make a landscape style video or normal devices, things like videoExpress, which we'll look at. You can actually make vertical videos, which are great for mobile phone devices, and just the way the video is created specifically for those devices. Get great results doing so. And even on that, check this out. Okay, here, if we go to the description here, a breakdown of a Vietnamese male, handsome, broad skin, blonde hair, etc. Really simple, but you can take that, go and make it yourself. And you'll see there's a whole influx. So that's that. I just want to quickly cover that and show you how that looks like. So I do appreciate. Hopefully the sound is coming through. Microphone looks okay. So just let me know. Can you? Is that better? Should be working fine. My side, it may be everybody's internet connection, but let's just have a double check. Yeah, audio looks fine. Perfect. So I'll go as close as I can. I don't want to get lost in the microphone. Okay. However, moving back to this. So now also, because this ties in with the topic, if you go over to YouTube, I'd highly suggest it just to show you the success rate or the results that you could get just by simply using a combination of both videoExpress and CloneVoice. So we are going to look at CloneVoice AI also, because music videos are huge. So you've got kind of a nice mixture of both, where you can not only make music videos, but you can actually make narration style videos, any kind of educational video, tutorial, training, voiceovers, anything you can imagine. By even taking your own voice or your friends, family, your child, your clients, you can actually do that. But look at this, check this out. YouTube, very straight off the bat, you can see, look, how to make AI music videos. Here we can see an AI music video, over 86,000 views. AI music video, 1 million views. And you'll see just a huge amount of them. And here we have fantasy AI music video, 1.2 million views. And the good thing is with videoExpress, which I hope to show you, is that these scenes, you can generate them all using videoExpress. Okay, so it seems that sometimes people are saying audio is coming in and out, which is a bit peculiar. So I'll try to speak as slowly as possible. However, looking at the application, looks perfectly fine. It may be just StreamYard or bandwidth. So yes, everybody, there is going to be a live demonstration, I promise you. And one of those demonstrations, if I'm going to show you right now, let me show you this example of this specific workflow. And I'm going to share, I'm going to actually, what I'll do, I'm going to share this with you right now. Just stand by. Let me share this with you right now. Anyone with the link? Okay, perfect. So in the chat box, what I'm going to do, I'm paste this right now. Let's get this across to everybody. There we go. So there you go. Okay, so the audio, yeah, if there is an issue, it's got to be the platform we're using or bandwidth. So it's a bit tricky. Perfect internet connection. Same thing. Okay, so there's a document. Now, in this document, I've tried to make this as easy as possible And the kind of workflow you would do, you'll start off with the lyrics. If you want to create your song, this is just, if you want to create your own song, you can, but with CloneVoice, you can actually have AI generate it for you. The next thing, you would have a singer image prompt. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create that one character. I'm going to create that one character, a nice clean background, because then I can change his poses. I don't need to complicate and confuse the AI. I can then change his clothing, posing, environment, etc., etc. Sometimes if you add additional things where if it's in a heavy environment, maybe he's got about 20 gold chains and a hat and all of this, and then you're asking for changes, the AI might hallucinate and, say, I've got so much to do. So having a clean subject like that just makes life easier. And I'll show you what I mean. And then next we have scene by scene builder. And what I'm showing you here, okay, step by step, and I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to land this video. Let's play this video right now of this character right now. So everything that you're seeing in this document here, just this first portion, this music video, okay, up until page number 5. This is the end result. So you know what they say, here's one I baked earlier. So I'm going to show you the end result. And then we're going to go and recreate something similar, or I'll show you the setup of how this was created so you can do exactly the same thing. And we've got so much more to show. I've got so much more to show you because you'll see on this document, I've got other characters, different professions. We've even got different combination where you can have more than one character. So you have a nice duet of characters for that consistency. And then we even got different postures and poses, and then we've got some Pixar style characters. So we've got so much to look at, and I'll try to do my best because I know time is very valuable for everyone, and sometimes when it's more concise, it's much more clearer. So that's what I hope to do. So let me play this video for you right now, every single one of you, and let me know what you think. Remember, this was just something impromptu, quick. I was very easily to create a music track. Okay, get the lyrics, create the image prompt, and just put all these scenes together. Step by step, and all of this, you can use ChatGPT to help you, assist you with the image scene prompt and a video action prompt, and this is the end result. So let's have a look.
In a frame where the light feels new, every step like a dream we drew. We are one story, two voices inside, same rhythm, same flame. We ride through every scene, we collide and rise, consistent hearts and shifting skies. I can see you move when the beat drops through. Same song, but the voice is new. We are one story, two voices inside, same rhythm, same flame. We ride through every scene, we collide and rise, consistent hearts and shifting skies. We align like stars in a night so still. Words flow soft but they climb uphill. Side by side in a silent film, two tones sharing one soul's will case. Hold the frame, stay with me tonight. New tones, one journey, one life, see life.
All right, well, that was very good production. So everything that you saw there, okay, was just simply created. And remember, because it's getting played on, this is a really important point, because it's played on StreamYard, or this is the platform we're using, there'll always be a delay, because I always see this. this comment will come through, and I completely understand. I would think exactly the same thing. So when something's getting played and it's getting streamed, sometimes you have that slight delay depending on what platform you're using. So you might see it and you might think it's slightly out of sync. Okay. And there were some scenes where I've actually zoomed in. So there might be a slight distortion. However, there'll always be a certain amount of lag unless you're playing it on your own devices, okay? Or it's up, not going through a third party. So if I just directly upload it to YouTube, then it would be completely different. So what we're going to do now, if I now show you, okay, if we go to videoExpress, and some of you may have artistically, but you don't need, well, it depends on the level of quality that you want. However, with videoExpress, you can actually create images. So everything in this work document, all of these images were simply created by videoExpress, and I'll show you how I did that. So let's start off with the very basics, okay? First, we need our music track. So if we're gonna, the first topic we'll do, let's just create a music track, and I'll show you some of the inner workings of CloneVoice, and you can see the different applications you can use it for. However, what I'm going to do, I'll give you a quick overview, but I will show you how you can make your music track. So there's a couple of options by doing so. So if anyone hasn't got access to this, I'll show you a link later, and you, at your own discretion, you can go check it out. However, CloneVoice will allow you to essentially create AI generated voices, whether it's cloning your own voice, any voice. Once you have a recording or a sample, you can actually clone that voice, okay, male or female, child, whatever it may be. I wouldn't say celebrities because obviously infringements. And also what you can do, if you have any voice, you can actually have it changed again in different voices. You can create your own audio. So, but what that means is that not only can you create it in, say, for example, if English is your mother tongue, you can have your audio now translated into a whole huge library of different languages, whether it's Arabic, Bengali, Chinese, Czech. I mean, the whole list goes on. I think there's over 40 that you can choose from, okay? And then we have Voice Maker. So imagine if you want to create professional voice voices for narrations, TV, news, whatever it may be. You can see human sounding professional voices you can do, or if you want to create creative voices for expressive characters, books, whatever it may be, you can also do that completely from scratch. Create music, you can create sound effects, podcasts, audio books. There's we have a script genie or sound effect, etc., etc. However, here is what I would say is a huge important component, because many of you think, well, I don't want to really create voices. Maybe I don't have the time. The public library. Okay, so within the public library, you already have a huge library of thousands of voices already pre-made that cater for different genres, different categories, different industries, different requirements or needs. So you can see we've got a vampire, we've got an oracle, we've got a phoenix, a jester, a news anchor, an announcer, a narrator, and even you have a public library where you can actually search. So this is a great place where this will keep getting updated. Just makes life easier. And any one of them, if you like, simply hit the copy to my voices, and then you can use that later on. Okay, it'll be selected in your favorites, but you can obviously play them, and you can hear what they sound like. And especially if you've got kids, children, related, different age groups, whatever it may be, already at your fingertips, at your disposal. It just saves you a lot of time and money. Okay, so that's that. Now next, with CloneVoice, if you have an audio, okay, you can actually drag and drop your file, simply drag it, and that's it. That's all you do. And under my audios, you can see I've got one of mine already, where Ali to an Angry Pirate Man, and then you'll have that sample where you can actually use anything, and you can change it into anything. Voice change is the same thing. If I create my voice in English, I can get it translated, I can get it converted into a female if I want, or any other language, which is pretty cool. Now, for this particular topic, as we're going through creating that music video, what we're going to do is we're going to go to create music. I mean, there's so much more with CloneVoice, but I want to be specific, and then I'll do a refresh if there's any questions later on. But for this, as we're creating this music video, let's look at create music. Now, when you open up this section here with create music, you're going to have two versions. One's called version 1, as you can see on the screen, and the second is in beta, which is version 2. Now, with version 1, you can actually dictate if you want a male or female, so that's completely up to you. Alongside that, in version 1, which is similar to version 2, you will have the ability of adding lyrics. Okay, under lyric type, you'll have, do you want it AI generated or do you want custom? Now, with custom, you can actually have your own song. So if you have your own lyrics, or maybe a client or whatever it may be, or you want to generate it via ChatGPT, you can actually copy and paste your own. However, if you don't want your own, then you can simply select AI generated and just give it an example and it will do it for you. But before doing so, select a genre. From the genre, you'll see a nice drop down. You won't be able to see it on the screen. It won't show because of the way the app. This app is for screen sharing. But you'll have kids rhymes, pop, rock, jazz, funk, pop, opera, electronic, rock and jazz, funk and jazz, chill pop, electronic. So many different mixtures of genres there that you can choose from, and you can have male or female. And then version 2, the only difference is it will essentially dictate for you, and it's a little bit more enhanced. Okay, so if I'm doing version number 1, I come here and I take my lyrics. Let's copy those lyrics, bring them across, and I paste them. Oh, I go custom first and foremost. Okay, silly me. We go custom genre. Let's go for pop, and I have read the terms. Create music, and let's add a name. Let's say 05, today's date. Demo song, and create music. Now there we have, straight away it is now on the conveyor belt to be created, and you can see I've created before. I've got a music track where it's a male, female, demo 1, especially what you've heard here today. And check this out, just like that, this song has now been created. So if I play it, you'll see this little pop-up will, and we've got already 2-minute 32 track that has been created. And because they're my own lyrics, they could be extended if I had more lyrics. Okay, so you can see straight away. And, you know, we're doing this live as well. So that was very, very instant. Now, the great thing with this is, because it's a demo there, if I now we have our track created. Remember, I can create as many as I want. I can create a different version, maybe a female version. If I go back, create music, maybe I want it in a female voice. Maybe I want to see the difference. That's something obviously you can do. Now, having said that, if I go to videoExpress, now this is another important thing because this question comes up a lot. Between CloneVoice AI and videoExpress, they are integrated together. Meaning, if you come to create with AI, you will see import media. You will see there is a tab import from CloneVoice AI and CloneVoice AI. You've got these two sections here. Now, the good thing about this section is if you simply go to All Access Edit Profile and on CloneVoice, if you go to your profile here settings, all you simply do is get an API key and it'll link them both up. And there's a tutorial on this. So in order to get the tutorial, just simply select tutorials here. And there's actually a complete walkthrough on how to do that. Okay, so once it loads, here we've got integration straight away. So I don't need to show you that right here. You can actually watch the video and it'll walk you through the process. Okay, there we go. Okay, the process, how to do it, and even including artistly. Okay, once you've done that, if I go to import from CloneVoice, so once it's done, I go to this drop down here, okay, where it says audio, right? I go to music, let it update. Check this out. This is what we've just created. I import selected. Now, my song has now been saved in a folder. Go to my media library. I scroll down. You can see there's a folder called myclonevoice.ai. And check this out. I just hover across and I can see, yep, there we go. The very first one is the demo we created. I can select it, right click, I can play it. I can add to the timeline, or I can simply drag and drop. Oh, there we go. Drag and drop. Very simple process. And that's it. Now, you don't have to do this. If you don't have the integration, that's fine. You can just simply download, go to My Audio, simply download here. Okay, once you download, you can actually drag and drop into your media library, and it's the same process. But this is a fast track way of just working through and having a much quicker workflow. Now, secondly, if we go back to our workflow document, our single image prompt. Now I take this would be the same process. I come back to videoExpress, create with AI. Now, when you're doing this for the first time, the reason I'm saying create with AI, because if you select create video from prompt, this will actually allow you to create or generate images. Okay, this will allow you to create images of your character. Now, for this one, I want a photorealistic cinematic version, but you have the choice of human 2D or photorealistic. I'm going to stick with this. And I am going to first, I want to just create the image. I want to see the image first as a base, because once we create our subject, that subject, now this is the reason I want to show you how you create this image first, because one of the main themes of today's session is consistency of that character. Now we have our character created. So you can see here, if I zoom, our character has now been created. That's it. It's as simple as that. Now what we do, what I like to do, you can save. Okay, so I can save it here. And just to show you, this is like, this is right now. If I go to my work document, you see under here, this was one version. I go here and I click. Let's just click here. If I go down. Below. I'll paste it here so you can actually see that's another variation. So once you create it once, that's what you're going to stick with. That becomes your reference photo. Right? Does that make sense? So if you want consistency, once we've created our image, we're no longer going to use create video from prompt. We just wanted the image. That's the key thing here, everybody. We just wanted the image. So you can save the image. And what you do, you can go to my AI images and check this out. He has now been added here. He's in the system now. And we have a high resolution image that we can use and purpose for our music tracks, because we want to create multiple scenes. Now, someone said ethnicity creation. Now, what you can do, because it's a really good point, you can see you can create different ethnicities. You're not restricted to just, one ethnicity. It's just about the prompt or what you require for your scenes. It doesn't matter what scenes, what kind of content you're creating. You can see we have different ethnicities you can create. And you got this gentleman here, okay? He looks South Asian appearance, and so on and so forth. And you'll see this time and time again. It's completely up to you. The characters, we have different ethnicities you can create, and this was all done using videoExpress. Okay, because I saw that question come up, and it's just about your prompt that you're creating and the scenes that you're building out. So now we have our base image. This is the main thing. We've got our base image. Now, how do we start creating those scenes that you saw? Now, what we do, we go to create with AI. Consistent character is going to be one of the key elements they're going to use. If you want to have one character and make them a part of your music scene, as you would expect, so that one singer, that one subject is basically in your music video, and they're in multiple different scenes where they're wearing different clothing, different postures, different environments, different locations, then consistent character is going to be the tab that you want. Okay, so I select consistent character. It's going to give you this pop-up. In this pop-up, you're going to get image scene prompt and video action prompt. And just remember, before you even start the project, decide on what kind of device you want this to be for, whether it's landscape or whether you want it for vertical. Okay, and it will build it depending on that. It's completely up to you. Now for this, let's go back to consistent character, and you'll have that tab option here as well, where to create that content. But for this, image scene prompt. Now what I do, I'm going to come back to my document here. So the very first one is my image scene prompt. Like it, once you have it laid down like this, okay, everyone's probably thinking, okay, what are we doing here? So once we got scene by scene build, that's it. Just follow your scene. Now, this was built with ChatGPT, makes it very much easier. If you have an idea in mind, if you're creative, you can do this yourself. But if you already know if you want to build this out, have the scene created and then follow the video action prompt. So let me explain this in as much easier terms as I can. First, we need the static image of where you want your subject to be in what location. Forget animations at this point. Okay. You just need to first tailor make the ideal static image of what you want to appear, first and foremost, the base. The video action prompt is how you want the image, okay, the scene to be animated. What do you want? So one of them is just first, what do you want in the image? And the second is, how do you want to animate the image? What do you want the AI to do with the image. You want the person character walks, you want them jumping around, you want them giving a high five, you want them rolling around, doing a somersault. Maybe they're in a car, you want them driving the car, you want them flying a plane, you want them to hold the microphone that they're holding the image scene prompt and singing. Maybe they're cheering to the crowd. That's what it means. So once you understand both functions, then it becomes a lot easier. Now with the image scene prompt, let's go to we obviously seen our document. So this is the key thing. Now, if you want that consistency, you want to repurpose that character, go to either human 2D or photorealistic. Photorealistics, I like because it's more cinematic. I come now to the folders, my AI images. So this is the character we've just created here. Okay. Now here's my prompt. Full body male singer, same appearance as base image, now standing in a soft white morning light studio. And video length booster will take you, depending on if you have a videoExpress, the all access, then you can actually take your standard 4 seconds to 8 seconds. So you can actually extend the scene. And we go and we're going to first create the image. First, we need that base image created first. And then we go and add our video action prompt to get that animated. So what we do in the meantime, while that's loading, let's go to the video action prompt. And it's a very simple prompt. Again, it's completely up to you what you want from it. Here's a slow pushing shot. Maybe you want something more speedy, more animated, more dynamic. But this is just a simple entry into the song. We go back and there we have. Look at this. Okay, we've got our character here. You can see this was our character. Same thing, and it's been enhanced to exactly what we wanted the image scene prompt. I always like to make a copy, so I save the image because I can repurpose it later if I require. And then I have my video action prompt. Now, here's another key thing that you want to do with your music video. We want to go to talking photos, activate this box. I mean, you've got so many boxes where you don't need to create these long-winded image scene prompts. Have something simple, right? You don't need to write, if you don't want to use ChatGPT or you're not a writer like me, okay, you can have a simple instruction in the image scene prompt and you can actually scroll down and select automatically enhance my video prompt. And the AI will do that for you. However, it's about how clear you want the result to be. You dictate what you're looking for and you're giving those instructions specifically. Here, you may give a little you may give a little piece of the puzzle and then the AI will try and fill in what you're looking for. So, it's all about the prompt. The more clear, the more specific, the better result you will get. And then you have look sharp and human faces, share this in the public gallery, and talking photos, which we're going to select. My character will be singing. And what I'm going to do, now I have my video action prompt. Now I've got my video action prompt set there. I'm going to create video. The moment I select create video, it's not going to render it straight away. A new pop-up will appear. Okay. On this, you can actually have text to speech. We've got CloneVoice AI. Okay. And for this one, you can see that's for talking or design or public library, but I want to import audio. This is the important part. So import audio. I select an audio file, scroll down, go to my CloneVoice.ai audio, or whether you have CloneVoice or you don't, or you've got a different folder, just find that folder where you've uploaded that piece of media to. And there we have demo. Okay. And I choose, and you can see I can play it, preview, make sure I've got the correct song. And I create talking video. And what you're seeing now, down here, it says your video will appear in the media library under the My Media tab. So it's off. It's off in the kitchen now cooking. Okay, everyone? That video has now gone off and it's cooking in the kitchen. So whilst I'm waiting, I start working on the next scene. The next scene here is step number 2. So I come back, videoExpress, and I create the image first. Come back, look at my video action prompt, and I simply just paste it. I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm just going to wait until that image, before you can proceed, the image first has to be created. Just like this one, when it was created, then we can actually take the next steps. Now here we have the next image that's created. Look, nice high quality image. Now, this is the important part of it. Each time I create an image, okay, do I have to have my character will be singing? Well, that's completely up to you. If you want some scenes of them singing, like I showed you in the demonstration video, you saw some of them he was singing, but some of them he was naturally just walking or just standing there doing any other action. So you have essentially it's kind of having that subject there, but it's a B-roll. It's just other content in there to fill up the time. Or alternatively, what I made a majority of those scenes singing, and I can then edit them. So then once I have all of them singing, I can put them on the timeline because they're all in sync. It's much easier for me to develop the track because I can have all of these scenes I've created, and that one video, they're all singing, and they just all it is different transitions, different scenes, but the sync is the same. The singing is the same. There's nothing out of cue. So for that, I will do the same process: create video, pop up will appear, import audio, and I go to my CloneVoice AI, same audio track, choose and play. Yep, happy with that. Create, and that's it. And let's just do one more just to show you. We go to number 3, create image. Whilst we're waiting, we just get the video action prompt. So once you've done it a few times, it becomes much easier. Like it becomes second nature. You can move very fast in doing it. All you're going to be doing is you got all your prompts ready. You're just waiting for this to be created. So here we have another image here that's created, and I can save it, keep a copy. And yeah, you can obviously we can make male or female. You can do kids' voice, text to speech. You can do all of that stuff. And if you go into this work document, which I'll show you later, funnily enough, I actually have some Pixar style kids images here, and obviously you can use human. You can create human style images, but I thought I have a nice little mixture of cartoony effects of kids and even animals that you can use. So you're not just limited to humans. You can actually make all variety of different subjects, and you can see different professions. Okay, so I wanted to have a nice variety that is going to actually be realistic that you can actually use. Okay, so once that's done for this one, I'm not going to have them singing. I'm not going to have them talking. I just want video length booster, and I'm going to go ahead and create video. So whilst that's done, let's go to the media library. In the media library, we're going to go to my AI videos, and you'll see here we've got these videos are now in production. Okay, so what we'll do whilst they're in production, I'm going to start new, and we'll come back to that. Okay, I'm not going to save it. I'm going to go to open. Now, if I go to open, this was the video. This was the example that I showed you at the start. So can everybody see this now? Right? And you're probably thinking, what on earth is going on here? So can you see all of this on the timeline? And when you look at it for the first time, I'll be honest, you think, oh, what's going on? But all it is see what I've just shown you, these 3 clips. Just imagine there's 3 tracks, and I've just sliced them up. Okay. You can see I've sliced them up, and they're just transitions. But it's the same track. See, all it is, I've got the main track here. This chap here, if you remember, this here on track number 5 is the main one. I don't delete it. All I'm doing is I'm laying different scenes on top. So this was like a whole track. Look, let me show you. This is a whole track here. If I extend it, you'll see this. Check this out. This is a whole track. And even this one's a whole track here. If look, I can pull it out. Okay. Well, this one's a bit shorter, but you get the gist of it. Okay, so if I undo. And all we're doing, as an example for this one, if there's a space there, if I want to have a merge, I decide where I want it to cut. I just find where I want. I simply come here to the tool, cut, and check this out. I find where I want it to end. Okay, there's a little track there on top. So I want it to cut around here. And see this section here at the start, I delete. And the second one I delete. And check this out now. So this is what I've just added. Now, there we go. And then we have our additional tracks. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, honestly, can everyone see how simple that was? And here we have, look, this is our new one, which I'll come back into a minute. But let's just imagine for the first time, I'm doing this for the first time. Let's go to new. Okay. So I'll go to the ones that I've created of this chap, this guy. So you can see, look, I play it. I'm just checking. Yep, 2 minutes 16 and 4 seconds. So I take the very first one and I place it on track number 2. Now, how do you get so many tracks added onto the timeline? So this is the important part. So you can add track above or below. So I'm going to do it at the top. So now you can see you've got 1, 2, 3. And remember, CloneVoice will sing, essentially. You can make music using CloneVoice. So coming back, make more layers, okay? Make more tracks, sorry. And then what we do, we bring, I just check, yep, this is another scene, same song. So you could play essentially the song the whole way. But you know what? Sometimes it gets boring. You can have, not when I mean boring, yeah, you could have one track where the guy's just singing the whole time. But if you want to make a higher level production, this is what you would expect to see. You would see the singer, as you would know, in different positions, different environments, singing to make it more engaging for pattern interrupt, to elevate the production level so people don't get bored when they're watching. They find it more engaging. And with using videoExpress, it becomes much easier because you can see how quickly we can do this. So when I'm happy with this, okay, I bring it across and check this out. So we've got 2 scenes now. I come up, let me check. Yep, we've got another one. Add it to the top. Let's have a look. Is this the full track? No, this is 8 seconds. I'm not going to use that just yet. And this is another one. This is B-roll essentially, okay? And here, yep, this is the other song. I come here. So I've got 4 tracks now. I've got 4 tracks there. Now you weren't able to see all of them because I need to edit them first. I need to edit them into the scene. And obviously, I'm going to walk you through how to do that in just a minute. Here we got another one. So we go here, put it there. Okay, now let's start working on our project. So I don't know, track there. So what we do, we can make a cutaway here. So this is what you would use, okay? So use the timeline editor here. So let's say after, I don't know, a couple of like 3 seconds, I want it to transition to track number 5 or the second scene. I just make a snippet. Let me just delete this first one of it. Okay, and there we go. Okay, we're not going to see it yet because we first need to make adjustments to the ones on the top. And then after that, we can come here after a reasonable amount of time, make a little snippet there. And then the top one, naturally, it's like a staircase, isn't it, going up? And then we snip that. There we go. And we got one more. And we could just make a little snippet there. And there we go. Now, you can see it does actually look like a staircase. So when I play it now, and someone made a very good point. If you wanted him doing different things in different scenes, yes, you don't need him just standing around. So we're going to look at that. So this was just showing you how to make a simple music video, but then we do have different postures, different animations that you can incorporate, and it all just comes down to the video action prompt. That's it. So if you go to the document, let me show you. When you scroll down, this was for the other section. When you scroll down, you'll see, look, these are like outfit variations. And then here we have pose variations. Okay, so you can actually apply this to your singer. So you want the same male character, etc., standing relaxed. Do you want their, dictate where you want their hands to be? Do you want them in the air? Do you want them in his pocket? Do you want them crossed? Do you want them, I don't know, doing any kind of action? It's up to you. You have to dictate that. Okay, so now if we come back, let me play it. Next scene, there we go. Okay. Now you're thinking it's a staircase. So what we then do, depending on how you want to action this, it's about trying to be smart now. So here I can make a little cut, an incision. And then what we do here, we can make a little cut. Okay. And we can always make this little cut here. So you could just play around with it. Just try different things to make it a little bit more fun and just engaging. And what I mean by that is that once I cut this, let's just say, cut that. So now when it plays, check this out, right? When it plays, it will do transitions, and it will always go back and mix it up. And if I wanted a little jump there, like a little jump cut, I could just do that. There we go. It's just like a really dramatic change. And another thing that you have to remember, we do also have under filters, you'll have, you can do different camera pans. That's what I've done. You can zoom in the face. There's also different levels of animation. So if you come here, you'll see you can do fast cut toggles depending where you want them. Okay, so fast cut, you can see the tracks, how you want them to rotate. And the other part of it is that you can even select the clip, right click, and you'll see when you right click, can you see it says transition in, and you have different transitions, fade, clock, wipe. So you're not limited here. So remember, this is a proper editor. You can actually do post-production for your videos, and you're not just stuck. So this workflow is as simple as possible, and then you can. The reason I put well, some of you may think is a lot, but I think I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. The reason why, find something that works for you, but it's just a case of just testing it out and trying to create one example so you understand the process behind it. You don't need to make it complicated like me. I just wanted to do something that you can really get the most out. You can see how advanced this is. You can keep it simple. You could just have 1 or 2 tracks and that's it and go back and forward. It's completely up to you. Okay. But remember, when you're adding tracks like this, another thing you may encounter is each one has its own song playing. So imagine when you've got so many tracks with the same song, you might hear an echo. Simply to remove that, you can actually mute those tracks. You only need 1 track, don't you? You can either mute all the tracks and you only have that 1 song playing because all of them will have their own song. So you got all of these vibrations, or right click properties and you can put the volume down. Okay, that's it. So someone's asked, how can you zoom in the face? That's a really good question. Okay, so to zoom in the face, I've done this in one of them because I thought it was really cool. Is go to filters, go to camera pan. Now for camera pan, for this one, I'm just going to do like a slice just to make sure it doesn't do the whole video. But for this one, I've got that section there. Let's do this little section here. Okay, it's not going to interrupt the video, but I get camera pan and I drag it and onto the second section. I'm just going to do it on that section. Now I select setup. Now you can see there's a grid box here. For this, I'm going to zoom into the face. Okay, and generally, when you do zoom ins, you actually, depending on the environment, normally the frame is more aligned to like that. But you can actually, if you just imagine you're doing creating a product review or something like that. If you had a product in hand, you can zoom into the product, any kind of information that you're trying to product or facial expressions, you can do that. But remember, your camera pans will only appear, this is really important, in your final rendered video. Now, not only that, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can move to the left, you can move to the right, move up and down. So there's other levels of animations that you can apply. Because the reason I mention this, that when the final video is rendered, when you export this, then you'll see it. Because right now, can you see that? It looks like it's off. So don't be alarmed by it. Can you see how he's hidden there? It's nothing to worry about. That's why there was a warning message that it will be rendered correctly when it gets processed when you export the video. So nobody panic. Okay. And remember, you think you got, if you want something to be sped up, you can actually change the speed of it. You can change the speed of the video. The certain parts you might want speeding. You can add titles. So you can add a bit of text, alongside that, if you want intros and outros, you can do things like that as well. So you got text animations, you can do lower thirds, and you can really ramp up the quality of it. But I'm not going to go too much into that. But I'm just trying to show you that, there's a lot you can do. Intros, outros, text effects to make it a proper popping music videos. If you want to put those credits on there, the name of the singer, the name of the producer, that will be you, and obviously the name of the singer. Now, let's start with new again. And let's go back to the original. Let's go back to media library. We go to my CloneVoice AI. Remember the music track we created at the start? I bring it across. And now we go to media library. We go to my AI videos and check this out. These were the three scenes we created from the very start that are also aligned with our document. So the first scenes that we create for this chap here, let's go and let's paste him and check this out. Okay. Now we add the track for the top. Remember, this one will have a singing track. So you don't really need the very first track song. You can if you want, or you can simply mute it and you can just stick with one. And there you go. Check this out. Remember, it's just about the prompt. And then we get the second track. And last but not least, okay, we didn't add audio to that. That's perfectly fine. So what we do, we come back here, and let's slice this up. So if you want those transitions, those different scenes, this is how I would do it. Let's go here. Let's slice that up. And check this out. I can make it into one scene. You don't have to, but if you want it easy, you can. See, you can make it into one complete track. And then this one, slice it up. Slice this. And then we can just move that down here. So you kind of get the gist of it now. So if I play this. Okay, so you just have to spend a bit of time and play with the scenes, and you can actually create, just from a few tracks. Just say we've got 2 tracks here, we can actually repurpose even this track again because you're just standing there, it can be part of the song as B-roll. Okay, so I've seen a question. If there is an issue, like say for example, if you've got Artistly, someone's saying I've got Artistly and videoExpress, but whenever I try to import from Artistly, I've got an issue. So remember, when you import from Artistly images, they have to be in the correct dimension. So I don't know if you're doing that correctly. They have to be 16:9 or 9:16 desktop version or mobile responsive version. Now, if it's still the case that it's not working, I would highly suggest removing the key or refreshing it and adding it again. Or if that's still not the issue, please get in contact with support so they can investigate your account. But that shouldn't be happening anyway. It may be the case that you're importing the incorrect dimension. That's generally what happens. Because once it's done, then go to import media. You'll see import from Artistly, and there will be a particular dimension. Okay, 16:9 or 9:16. You can see that's how they will appear. Okay. So remember, with filters, you can do in and out, resize, move things, change the speed. If you do have like other filters, I know I've seen a question, things like adding filters over you can upload. If you have your own, you can add them over the top. So what I'll do, let's just do so this is the other part. Let's look at consistency now with different postures. Okay, this was the other important part. Now, I want you to imagine, let's just say for the reference photo, I want to show you that it's versatile. It does so much more. Let's go to my AI images. Now, let's find the doctor. So everyone can see this doctor, right? So this is the doctor here that everyone's seeing. If I go to my work document, and I've put these in there as well if you want to, use them, experiment with them, kind of understand. But they don't need to be complicated. So here's my doctor. Now, the first one, is we'll just do the doctor, okay, and then I'll show you some other stuff as well. We'll take the doctor, and you can have, this is the doctor there, okay. So this is the doctor, and what we're trying to do is have the same doctor in a different attire. And then when it's created, check this out, okay? You can see that's the same doctor in different clothing. So this is another way. If you want to create those scenes and have different outfit chains for the same character, exactly the same thing. Look, the same male character, the same male character. If I want him into tactical gear, let's go make the doctor tactical. Same scenario. And then when it comes to the video action prompt, if we go down, we'll see like different pose variations. Again, it's about the prompt. If I want his arms crossed or do I want him punch in the air, that's what you would incorporate into the video action prompt. Right? Can you see now? I mean, this makes it fun because if you're making a music video and you want your character, you know, with the storyline, the plot line, he could be playing cops and robbers. He becomes a policeman. He becomes a lawyer, maybe a firefighter, whatever it may be. You can keep changing the attire of your subject, and it just makes it more fun and fascinating. So the video action prompt, if I come back, let's say, let's find one. Okay. Running towards camera, and we go ahead and create video. Remember, if you want to add the music track, you can just simply by talking photos, etc., etc. Or alternatively, if you do talking photos and you don't want them singing, simply create video. And remember, you have CloneVoice AI. So if you want that ability of text to speech, maybe you've got audio recorded already. If you go back into CloneVoice, if you have your own audio, use CloneVoice or voice changer, or maybe use the voice maker, or maybe you went to the public library and use text to speech. You can have your character essentially speaking as any character that your imagination can think of, and CloneVoice will create that sound. Or you can take your own sound and get it converted and changed into male, female, child, some kind of crazy alien or teddy bear or crackling witch. So you can add more enjoyment to your videos. So it's just not about music videos, but any kind of production that you're going to be creating. That's what you can do. And then you go ahead and let's go ahead and create video. And there you go. And the next one, if we go, let's have a look. Arms crossed for the doctor in a white t-shirt, right? Let's have a look. So it just, you know, it just shows you that it is flexible, and it's always about the prompt, because I think sometimes we tend to forget that the AI is only going by your instructions. The less you put it, the more it will try to fill in the blanks for you and fill in the gap. And sometimes it can just give you something that you completely don't want, and you know you'll end up getting frustrated. So here we have arms posed, because he's the male same character sitting down, drinking, I don't know, coffee. There you go. Check this out. So the doctor's casual look, and he is sitting drinking coffee. Now, remember, you can have him in the doctor's outfit doing exactly the same thing. Now, once we've done this, you know, the male is sipping the coffee. Okay. Yeah, good question. So if you want him to do different things in different scenes, once you've put up the static image, then in the video action prompt, here you can see him sitting. Okay. But the key here is in the video action prompt, you can dictate how you want the camera approaching, this maybe the speed of it, and exactly what is he doing, what is the action. You have to inform and dictate to the AI exactly what you want the subject to be doing. If he's running down the road, is he, physically driving the car or the plane? Is he making facial expressions? Is he nodding his head? Is he dancing around? Okay. Now, let me show you also, if you go to 3D or 2D now, we can actually have more than one character. So if we're doing this for the first time, let me show you now. Okay. So this is another part of it. If I go to reference photo, go to my AI images, let's go to the doctor. So we get the doctor and we get the dentist. There we go. So we've got these two characters now. Come back to your document. Remember, this is just the guide, just to show you the possibilities, what you can do. Doctor and dentist. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see. So, yeah, a real body male doctor wearing lab coat, etc., etc. Both stand upright. Okay, that's fine. And now what we're going to do, remember with videoExpress, you can actually have two characters. Okay, you may sometimes, look, let's be honest, sometimes with any AI, sometimes it might make mistakes. That's fine, but it's a high level of consistency. We can bring back, two characters and really have them part of your scenes. If you want, you can mix and match, you can change things around, but you can have those two characters in the scene. So we've got the doctor and the dentist that we have together. And check this out. Okay, into the scene, and then the video action prompt, what we're looking for them to do. He's adjusting his stethoscope, as ever you say, and create video. Now, if you try to add more characters than two, you will. It's likely you're going to run into issues. Okay, that's why we have. That's why there are two reference photos now. In updates, which I can't say much about. Those you'll have to await. But with AI, any platform, having more than two characters can create issues. However, I'm not saying you try this. If you wanted to, okay, you can try this, but I can't guarantee you results with this. Just always stick with the maximum of two. But remember, these are interchangeable. You can always create two other characters in different scenes. Okay, those two scenes. But let's just say you were to do that. Okay, you try to. Okay, what I would do, I'm not recommending it, but you could experiment if you want. Go to my AI images. Remember, we saved the one with two. Okay, we've got those two characters now here. This image, we saved it, and then we tried to get a third one. I'll show you. Sometimes hit and miss. Okay. And let's go. We got the guy in the tactical suit. Okay, so we got the these two, the doctor and a dentist lady, or sitting down with the man in tactical gear on the beach. Okay, I don't know, it's a bit random. Let's see if the AI can have a look. So I've experimented with this before, and obviously not experiment, but if you use objects and things, it does work well. But with objects, that's why we always with people, there's a limitation of two reference photos for the ideal results. More than that, you will probably encounter issues. That's why it's not recommended, and then people get frustrated. So always stick with two if you want the best results. But you can see, check this out. Okay, you've got those three characters there. It's not always a guarantee, but it can work. So then you have okay. So here we can see the sitting down with the man tactical on the beach, and you can create the video. So now if we go to 3D, let's go to 3D type. We've got the reference photo. Go to my AI images. And remember, we have Pixar style. Yes, we do. So you can do this as well. So go to my AI videos. Oh, my AI images, sorry. And we use the boy and the girl. Or you know what? Yeah, the boy and girl you can. And you've got other characters. Come back to my document. Let's have a look. Okay. Just a nice document so you can just play around and have fun with it, just to get familiar with building and creating, and then or if you want, you can just start creating by yourself. Okay, so other dimensions. Right now, currently, the only two dimensions are, landscape and vertical. But I think if you're talking about 1 by 1, but with landscape 16 by 9 or vertical 9 by 16, that is perfect for reels. So check this out. Brilliant image, right? Okay, so we've got our two images. He's got the book. He's got his glasses. He's got a backpack there. Perfect. And then you can create video. So if you also want to create high-end video animations, I mean, heck, you could even have the boy singing as well. So you can make Pixar style songs as well, animations, and you've seen the power of having them on YouTube or other platforms. They can do very, very well, with singing children's videos and content like that. So if I go to my media assets, let me show you some examples. Okay, this was another music track using the same workflow that we looked at now. And also, I'll make this very, very clear. If you go to tutorial section, we've done loads of other training before, very similar. But if you go to the section called customer trainings, depending on the video and the content around it, you may see a resource document that will give you other workflows, cinematic videos, resource document. It's just easy to navigate across, okay? But for this similar workflow, let me show you another music video using the same workflow.
Hey, welcome to my love story.
The sky is gray, the rain falls down. The rain falls down just like my tears upon the ground. The love I lost, a memory that haunts minds eternally. Oh, broken heart, a love so true now, shattered, gone.
Welcome to my love song, and I hope you enjoy.
Through window pane, I trace your name again. Every breath feels like yesterday. You're gone, but echoes stay. Pictures fade, but I still see. Your smile still lives in me. I hold it close, that sweet rewind, a moment.
Welcome to my love song, and I hope you enjoy.
Morning light through window pane, I trace.
Hoppity hop and a wiggle nose, where do all the good friends go? To the meadow, green and wide, with furry friends right by their side.
Okay, so you get the gist of that. Let me see some of the comments now. So everything that you've seen has been created, okay, using videoExpress, and we also now have CloneVoice AI for those music tracks. So anything you've seen here, even creating audio, you can see if you have a script or you can generate the script. You can see what the topic you want it to be, the topic of the script and the category of the script you can see, and it'll create it, and then you can actually select the voice that you want. So whether it's from the system, clone voices you can use. You can see there's Paul there, and we've got my clone voice in there. We've got the court jester. Maybe you want to go to the public library. Anything that you've liked in the public library, you can see it's hearted that you can do. So anything in the public library, if you like them, just come here. Anyone that you like, you play it and just add it. Okay, you just add which ones you like, and then they get populated over there. Okay. So just imagine now, this is the time you want to kind of just generate content. I mean, the future has changed, especially when it comes to AI. And what I would suggest, if you do want to check it out, I think the link is videoExpress AI. But the reason, at your own discretion, go look at the page. You'll see examples, okay, especially on this page here. The longer length of videos that you can actually do. I mean, there's some great stuff. You've got religious Bible stories and epic videos and songs and dances. But the reason I'll show you this, because if you go here, you'll see just down below Cinema Bible YouTube. You can actually go check out their YouTube channels and see the type of videos people are actually creating. And even this, we covered this the other week, how you can do these openers, these text openers. videoExpress will allow you to do that, and there's a workflow for that as well. Now, if you're saying that's not high level production, I don't know what is then. So you've got children's stuff as well. The lady on the piano. And I'll tell you another secret. You don't have to do this, but you could take an image, a still of the image, and you could ask ChatGPT to reverse engineer the image scene prompt, and you can build things out like that as well. It's a bit not naughty, but you don't copy. But if you want inspiration, you can actually reverse engineer videos, and you can take inspiration from it. Alternatively, I'll tell you something else. If you go to the public gallery here, this is like a hidden gem. Okay, so everybody that uses videoExpress is completely optional. If they share to the public library, you can see what other people are working on, and you can see this is something someone's just created here. So the guy's driving in his Ferrari there. Beautiful video, and you can see all these other examples here. Okay, now you may be thinking, okay, that looks really good. It will give me some inspiration, but still it's going to take me a little bit of legwork. Like, I can see the image, but how do I create these, or how would I break them down in a way that AI will respond? Well, very easily, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's just say Christmas coming up, someone's making a promotional video promoting cookies and milk for Christmas. For this one, go to the information section here. Check this out. Here's the video prompt. Go to redesign. And redesign will redirect me into videoExpress, and it'll actually give me a breakdown here. Okay, give me a breakdown. I can even save this, and I can use this as a reference photo. But typically, if you come inside videoExpress, depending on how the video was created, what you will also see is, let me find one. Some of them will even give the image prompt. Okay, typically you also get the image prompt. Christmas is getting ready here. Let's have a look. So the guy's in America, and you can see, look, the different dimensions someone's created here. Perfect for mobile devices, and they've got the image prompt there, the video image prompt there. Let's have a look. This looks like a DJ. Okay, hyper realistic. Okay, that's fine. And some of these, you know what, you can even, so there we go, you can even download them. So this one as well, you can actually redesign, and it'll give you the full information about how it was created, exactly what you need. And you can actually then go ahead and create the image. Look, I'm not even touching anything. Somebody also has an example. I've just taken that image, I've recreated it using their prompts, and it's even giving me a video action prompt that I can go use. And so you can build up whole stories, and you can really model what others are doing. That's the new image, create video, and that's it, done. So what we'll do, we're going to head over back to see some of our other media that we created, if you remember, my AI videos. And let's look at some of these examples. Okay, so we had the guy, he's sitting down drinking coffee. Remember, it was the doctor we created in different attire. So he's got different outfits. So if you want to build those music scenes or any kind of scenes that you want to create for your videos, you can have your subject in different postures or attire, different positions, or in different arrangements, whether he's sitting down, standing up, lying down, whatever it may be, in different outfits. And then we have the doctor and the same gentleman there. Okay, and then we've got these three. Okay, and then we got our Pixar style. And once they're done, this is the key thing. Look, once they're done, all you do is you drag and drop onto the timeline. Drag and drop. That's it. Life doesn't get more simpler than that. That's all you have to do. Just drag and drop onto the timeline. You're building out your scenes. And here we have. And remember, these characters, even if you want to make professional speaking videos, like high quality professional videos, let's just say, for example, if you had a client that worked as a dentistry, etc., someone said, "Can you, upload your own photos?" Yeah, you could import your own media, okay, and you could essentially, do AI face swap, and you can use this source image, and you can swap or impose the face on there, or even with consistent character, your reference photo, use that. Okay, so there's so many other tools. There's text to video, there's stylized character. Someone asked, can you convert yourself into something else? Yes, use your reference photo. You can convert essentially your reference photo in a Pixar style, anime, comic book, line art, water art, etc., etc. So there's so many things, and I would recommend when you head over to videoExpress AI, you can check it out and see all of the features that it has, because there's so many there, and I think we'll be here all night. I think that's not what everybody wants anyway. And then also, for those that are considering or want to quickly look at CloneVoice AI for their consideration, you can go check out examples of exactly what it does. Okay, we probably got the gist of it now, and you can see some great examples, especially if you want to do two people podcasts. Simply, you would come here and you can go to my podcast. You'll see what it does, and you can create new podcasts, and you can actually have different languages for the podcast. You have up to 4 speakers in your podcast, and then for each one you could assign a different voice. How amazing is that? Alongside that, you can actually something called the script genie. So if you wanted to create a new script, you can do so. Okay, but I would always say check out the public library. This is a great place if you want different voices for your characters that you can work in unison with videoExpress. Then they just go hand in hand. And here you have, this is what we just created using the public library. This was somebody else's project that they had created in the public library. We have repurposed it, and we can use it as our own. Just imagine you can create a whole channel as an AI music influencer. Dare I say an AI music celebrity? And the person's not in real, and you own the full rights. You're not arguing with it, and it's all yours. And remember, over time, there's a lot of updates. As you know, with all these applications, they're always getting updated. So they're not just left. They're constantly being updated. And there's roadmaps as well for these applications, meaning you can actually give us feedback, suggestions, and things that you want. And they'll be constantly improved. I mean, even things like Artistly, it's on version number 6. This one is on version number 2. There are more updates coming, talking photos, and so many more. Okay, so how do you delete your own creations? Now, for that, I'm not particularly I would that's something if I'm honest, I'd have to find out. However, if you did find your creation Let's have a look. Then I would say if there's something in there, maybe you've made a mistake, then it may be a case of reporting it. I don't want to report that, or take a screenshot of it and then let the support team know. Is that something they can help to remove if it's something there? Because sometimes it may be an issue of privacy or something done by mistake. Okay, then please let us know urgently if there is something sensitive there that you would like to get removed. And if you've got a reference image or something that it will be easy to locate, then please let us know. And I'm pretty sure that can be removed for you. Okay, so I know there are things like how to do podcasts and CloneVoice. I think that's something we would have to do we probably have to do a nice session around that. How you can create two-person talking podcasts. If that's something everybody wants to cover, maybe we'll do a bit of a vote, or we'll do that very, very soon. So the two photo option is only available in PhotoType 3D. So let's have a look. Okay, so if you're creating the two photo, you have 2D. Okay, this will also work with humans, 2D or 3D. You can experiment with the 2D element as well. Okay, you want the human style one, but 3D, yeah, with 3D characters for Pixar style, that will work. So you have those ones. Okay, so don't panic, 2D or 3D, and you can test that and you can check. But once you're done, that's all it is. We're just dragging and dropping, put it on the timeline, and you are good to go. So I want to keep this like nice, clean, concise. I don't want to overwhelm anyone. But you can create these beautiful, consistent stories, whether it's for any social media platform. Not only stories, but cinematic videos, training content. Even for clients, if you want to do local clients or any kind of companies, you can create these onboarding videos, training, education, and even these music videos. You can rapidly get them out. You don't need to overcomplicate things. Just create that's why the workflow is there, as funny as it sounds. The work there is there just to show you and guide you, just to get off the bat and create something so you understand. And then what you do, what works for you might be even much more simpler. You may do it in such a way. I might have overcomplicated because it works for me, but for you, it might be such a simple way of doing it where you've made it so easy. But you'll only figure it out by doing it. And then you do it a few times. You say, well, I can speed up the process by doing it this way. You'll only get it by implementation. It's all good in theory, me putting in a work document, but if you're not applying it, what's there, then it's going to be a bit of a tricky one, which I'm pretty sure everybody's probably fully aware of. So the question is, has everybody enjoyed today's session? Does that make sense? And can you actually walk away and maybe by next week, can everybody at least everybody can make a pledge by next week or by Friday, have posted at least one video. It could be a music video, it could be an AI story, but when you post it, just make a note on there. Say this was, let's just call it homework. Okay, you don't have to, but it would be nice. And then I'm pretty sure I can showcase it on or it can be showcased on the next session. They're going to be mentioned. It'll be nice to give a shout and see what you're doing, and it just gets everybody engaged and really gets everybody active, like something to look forward to, something to work on. I mean, it sounds like homework, but it's just like I guess passion update to see who has actually been listening and who's going to come out with the best video. I don't know. And another thing with videoExpress, like, let's have a look. So if I go to open, let's go. This is my music production here. I don't want to save it. This is the one I created before. Text animation. I'll show you this, right? Because this comes up. If you really want to make this nice, I come here. I go text. Okay, text. Let's call it John. Oh. John Doe. My music. Next, I can customize all the colors and all of that stuff, but so if you go back, you can see we can change all the text colors if we want. The background color, let's go for a nice purple or something like that. Background color number 2, a bit different, but let's have a look. Add it to the timeline. I've added too many. Okay, so once I've added it, you go at the start of the video. And you can see even with this, if I right click, you can resize and move. And you can position it, or you can make it smaller or larger. If you want it nice and crisp and positioned properly. So if I And another thing is, if you want, you can add titles. Okay, so titles is, let me show you what that'll look like. We'll go to filters, and I just apply it here. Let's have a look. Okay. So titles, you can actually add text. So just imagine if you wanted to put a name or something like that, or maybe your branding, your social media tag, my video express. I'm just giving you an example. You could actually move it there if you want it static. Leave it in the corner. Something you could do. Or here's another thing you're probably thinking, watermark. I know you're probably thinking it. So you put the watermark there, make it as big as possible. And then we can make this a little bit like that. We just add a watermark on there. Okay. Or you can make that could be your intro. Subtitles as well, depending on your application or what you have. From what I remember, it might be something that you have to ask support about. If you don't have something with videoExpress, there is something that you can get access to, but it may be an additional bolt-on separately that does integrate with this, where it has automatic captions, where you log in and you can upload your video, and then it would add the subtitles, and you can customize all of that stuff. Okay. Yeah. So definitely, I think I'll some really good suggestions for the next session, whether it's the podcast setup, doing the two characters, and even the consistent character with the self-cloning. Okay. So remember, at the end of this session, I'll make sure this document is in the description field of the YouTube live, and also on both CloneVoice AI and videoExpress in the tutorial section. When this recording gets uploaded, I'll put that resource document there as well. So that's there at your disposal. That's completely complimentary. That's just to guide you and see what I'm working from, how I created them. So you can go ahead and you can model that if you want. You don't have to. It's just there. Sometimes it's nice to see some of the process behind. But remember, everything that you see in here, I worked with ChatGPT, completely free to use. That it worked essentially like my assistant to make it easy for me. That helped guide me. All right, in a sense, well, not guide me. I direct it and I tell it exactly what I'm looking for, and it can create in such a way, because it's AI, isn't it? So the best way sometimes for exactly what you're looking for in terms of a prompt is asking AI for the prompt, because AI will give you the best prompt that's more specific, more in depth, and it will give me the best result that I'm looking for. So I actually get the result that I'm looking for in terms of my video. The more vague I am, then AI will fill in the blanks, and guess what? You'll get frustrated because it's not really giving you exactly what you want, and it just comes back down to the prompt. That's it. Okay. So another key thing then, as we conclude today's session, remember, Facebook group is ponder.com/Facebook. I would definitely recommend just head over to that group if you haven't already. First and foremost, completely free to join, and again, any help or any assistance, the group is there for that purpose as well. And secondly, I'm sure if anybody want the links? Has everybody got? I don't know. Has everybody got access to videoExpress or CloneVoice AI? I mean, we're obviously this is mainly training, but if anyone wants a link, let us know, and I can I can kindly request a team to put in the link to the pages for videoExpress or CloneVoice. If you want to go and look at it at your own discretion, that's completely up to you. But if anybody wants that, let us know, and I'm sure the team will put that in the chat box. But that's completely up to you. I'm not gonna just put it there for the sake of it. And remember, a really good question that yes, videoExpress can create product advertisements. It is essentially, and you know what? That's a really good point. Somebody said, can it make product advertisements? So let me see. Maybe I've got something. So, actually, that's a really good point. So can it make product advertisements? Yes. Check this out.
Capture every drive in crystal clear detail with the Dashcam 3-lens HD 1080p car DVR. Protect yourself with pre- and post-recording storage and instant replay on a 2.35-inch display. Get yours now for just $19.99.
Do you need an emergency plumber? Call me now. Let me show you how I stop this leak. I have years of experience.
Fresh, cold-pressed, and packed with cucumber, kale, apple, and parsley, this green
So the very first example, if you saw it, that's a really good question that popped up. Is imagine it was a product that I think I found on a marketplace, and I thought, imagine you're a seller or vendor and you're doing drop shipping or something like that. You can actually go get that information. You can create it essentially into a video using videoExpress. So there's some really good examples. So I thought, let me just show you that. Okay, that's completely up to you. Remember, you can create as many as you want. So I do not see the link for voice under live stream, but I do see a videoExpress link. Okay, so I don't know if the team would be kind enough. Actually, you know what? I've got the links right here. Let me put them in there. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the chat box. So the two links will be there. If you want to go check it out, you can. I don't know if that would go out. So there you go. The two links are there anyway. If you want to go look at your discretion, look at the example, see what both videoExpress and CloneVoice do. And also in the description box you may see that as well. So very fascinating. So this is, let's see, some good questions. So this is next level stuff. Oh yes, a very good question. Can you insert QR codes? Of course you can. Remember, all you do is your media library and you'll see upload file. So if you've got a file, whatever it is, an image or whatever it is, and then even remember with filters under tiles, edit. Check this out, picture. You can upload the picture, isn't it? So that picture could be the QR code where you put it in the corner. So you can make essentially animated video advertisements with QR codes. Okay. So having said that, everybody, thank you very much for joining today's session. Make sure if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the Meta group. You've probably seen the link again. Actually, I'll put it on the screen again for you right now. Oh, there we go. It's on the screen right now. And let me know in the chat box, have you enjoyed today's session? And will you be creating at least one video before the next session on Friday? And if you do, make sure you tag me. That would be very nice. So I can see what you guys are working on within the group. And then we shall catch up very, very soon. So I've had a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's real pleasure to have everybody here. But do let me know before we head off. Has everybody enjoyed today's session and had fun? And will you commit to at least making one video by next Friday? Okay, yeah. Lynn's saying I'm going to do my homework. Thanks. Thank you so much. Great training. Thank you very much. Thank you. Time well spent. Okay. So we appreciate everybody that's joined today. Stay tuned for more live training session. Remember, this is every week on Friday, completely free for every single one of you. So nothing's being sold or anything like that. So it's just as long as everybody's saying you're taking benefit and you actually, it could be that one little piece of information that you take and you can go action upon it. That's what it's about. Okay, it's just trying to uplift everybody and encourage you to improve in your business and really make the most out of these applications so you get the best results possible. Okay. So got a few videos to post in the group. Fantastic. Good to hear. And thanks for your work. So, okay. So much appreciated. Very, very nice. Very, very kind. And thank you, Aline Paul. So apart from that, everyone, it was again, it's such a nice pleasure to be here with every single one of you. I know you've taken time out. So apart from that, have a lovely weekend, and I'm going to look forward to those videos, okay, next week. So apart from that, thank you very much. Take care and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.